Hello there. Today we're going to do a laser project a lot of people have asked me about, and that is text. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and put this sort of test card of text, and we're going to find the best settings for a particular type of material. In this case, this is about 7 ply, about 7/16 of an inch. It is reasonably good ply, but we're also trying other different plies as well, and also one material I'm interested in, and that's foam board. That's, you know, the black coated marine ply, and also it is ceramic. Now I've etched into ceramic a couple of times, or glass and what have you. Very successful. Now this is, you know, it's a ceramic tile, black, nice gloss. Now it'd be interesting to see what the laser can do with this. You know, I'm just going to put text in it for now, and well, let's see what happens. Okay, when you get your particular laser, they normally come with one of two programs, and these are the programs I would suggest anyway. They're the best available on the market anyway. This one is Laser Cut, and the other one, and it's near identical, is ADI Works. Now they work in exactly the same way. There's really not much difference between them. They'll pretty well do exactly the same job. But my preference, and it's just a personal preference, is Laser Cut. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up the text, just a text box in here, and we'll set up the parameters for the laser. That's the speed and the power of the laser. And well, we'll take it from there. So what we simply do is go to the text tool, and if you come, it doesn't matter where you go on the screen, really, in the grid, go anywhere. Okay, so I think we're going to go 20 for this one. Okay, this is just sort of the height in pixels. Okay, in actual fact, it actually relates to millimeters too, rather than pixels, I think. You don't really need to bother about any of this, other than, you know, I always pretty well write in on anything like anything like this. I use Times Roman. It's nice letters, nice square letters. So we're just going to write in here in capitals and a bold, and press OK. And there it is there. Let's zoom in and have a look. Yeah, that looks alright to me. So we bring that down to about there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put text in a box up here. So it's going to come out like this. In other words, it'll actually etch the letters individually here, and here it's going to leave the letters proud and etch the background material. Okay, now we're going to go to the drawing tool, which is just the box, and just draw a neat little box around that. Make it fairly even. Okay. Okay, so we want to do this all in one go. So I'm going to leave it all on the black layer. Okay. So we don't want to cut, so we'll change that cut to engrave. And now we're going to select this. So we're going to change this. Now I know through experience 400 is too fast. You know, we really want it around about the 200 millimeters per second, which is about 8 inches a second of traverse back and forth. Now, bi-direction, in other words, you want it to cut this way and on the return journey. Engrave blowing. No matter what you do with a laser, always have blowing on. The air introduced into the nozzle, it does a number of jobs. It cools the lens, okay, and the nozzle itself, and it keeps the underside of the lens clean, and it gets rid of the debris right where the laser is actually hitting the material, because the debris coming off, smoke and gases and what have you, can actually interrupt the laser, okay, and make it a little dull. So, you know, the introduced air into the nozzle is very important. So we're going to, this is way a little bit too high. So we're going to say, I think 20. That's 20%, okay, of output of the laser. And this is, okay, so you give it an area to work in between. Now, what I normally like to do is, you know, I'll put 30, 35 on here. So that's like a max and min amount that you want to work in, the area that you want the laser to work in, as in power level. So we'll say 35. Down top, it means the other way around. It means front to back, actually. Okay, nothing else is required there now. So we're going to OK that. And we're going to go over to our laser and we're going to try our first material. Okay, now a lot of people have asked me what I'm actually doing or how I use this control. So I'll just show you just a couple of little things. As I'm operating the laser, I use the control panel in conjunction with my computer. So we'll switch it on, and it's it's a little, not exactly silent, but I'm sure you'll be able to hear me over the noise of the compressor and the blower and what have you. So here we go. Now the laser will datum itself. It's already in its home position, but it'll redo itself. Okay. Now to move the laser head over to the material, you need to uncheck this. So it's unchecked, so there's nothing there now. So now you can move the laser head just like that. Oh, you can You can pulse it. If you quickly pulse it like that in any direction, it'll take it 1 millimeter. Okay, now I'm just going to drop the table down now. When I do that on my laptop, which is just the key on the that you press on the program, Z down, which is that. Now, I think you can see what I'm doing now. Yep. So now this is a metal plate. It's like a rubbery coating to it. It's just an ordinary mild steel plate, I understand. Now I'm going to put this under the nozzle, and again on the program on my laptop, I'm just going to press the datum key for the Z height, which will automatically take it up. And on the back of the nozzle, there is a proximity sensor. Excuse me. So now that is set correctly. Now you can either move your material, which is the easiest thing to do in this situation, or of course you can move the head by the key. I think it's dog feeding time out there. So now what you do, you need to tell the laser, well, this is the start of the work. Oh, before I do that, I'm just going to transfer the program from my computer into this controller. Okay, I've just done that. So now what you do, it is in the position where I want to start the program. So all you do, you press enter, enter, and now it is actually logging at it. Okay, so then what you do is press test, and that will allow the nozzle to run around, or the laser to run around the entire area that you are going to make this job or cut, just to make sure that you can visually see that you're going to fall within the where you think it's going to go, and that's easily done by that. Okay, we're happy now that that's in the right place, and so what we do is just press start. Now that, as it so happens, is pretty perfect for this piece of material. You know, so it's actually cut in. I don't know whether you can see that. It's about 1/2 millimeter, or maybe a little less than 1/2 millimeter deep in, you know, the lettering and in the box area, which is pretty perfect actually for this material. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the settings. So the power level was minimum of 20%, maximum of 35%. So that's the result in this particular material. So I'm going to, now this is like a a very hard laminate plywood, very hard. Now I'm not actually sure what wood this is exactly, but I'm going to put this on the laser and we'll see what the laser thinks of it. So of course, working with a laser, you know, there's a certain amount of experimentation that you know, you need to do with different materials, you know, to get it right, to get an absolute perfect product out for your customer. And this is the process that you would go through. Same as on the, I think that the last laser video I did was the, I'll go and get it. The last video we went through the same process with a test card on this beautiful bamboo, actually, to get the, you know, the best sort of setting to be able to etch this, which turned out beautiful. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you the process that you would need to have to go through with your laser to produce a good product. So we'll just reset the 0 on this now to get the focus correct. And look, whoever you get your laser off to, I would suggest getting the autofocus. I mean, it's probably about, I don't know, about $400 extra, I think. But, you know, use it all the time. And it's, you know, well worth it. I would definitely get it again. So we'll set the Z. It's already in the memory of the job is already still in the memory. That doesn't go away when you turn the laser off. And we'll just reset the Z height and set it off again. Not bad, not as good as on the lighter wood, but okay. So now this is that sort of coated plywood. This is foam ply. It's also marine ply. So let's see what it makes of this. You can see that. Did a very interesting job of that. It just turned it matte black. It sort of reacted with the paint. You can just feel that it's taken some off, but it's yeah, weird. Never done that before. Never. So it's reacted with the coating of, I don't know what it is. Interesting. Okay, now this is the interesting one. This is the ceramic tile. Now bear in mind this is set at a very relatively low level of laser output, but I'm interested to see how low a level we need to actually etch into this ceramic. So here we go. Okay, I just want to show you how to remove a program out of the controller. And what you actually do is, you know, if you move these arrows, it'll move this black square around in the screen here. So we would just want to go down, that way, to delete, and then press the enter, and it's now out. Now to upload one, you do that from the computer. I think I've showed you that in the past. This is a very interesting effect. If I can get the light and get the camera to pick that up, it's actually treated it like glass. So this is not any sort of paint, but it is a glaze. It's a porcelain-like glaze, and it's treating it exactly like glass. It's actually melting and fracturing the very top layer, look. You can pick that out. So it's gone like little tiny beads. Can I fetch it in closer? Here's the camera gonna go out of focus. I might be able to. Oh, look at that. It's picking it up all right. Isn't that weird? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a piece of glass in there. I'm going to see if it'll. I'm going to see what it'll do. Okay, so I've just got to put a sheet of glass that I've got handy here. Incidentally, the cat's face that you'll see there, that was an experiment I did, and there's a whole video on how I actually did that, and you'll find that on my second channel. So let's just see what those settings do in this glass. Today with a little bit of experimentation with our laser. Well, we found pretty well the perfect settings for, I suppose, light colored plywood to do a job. I'm not sort of totally impressed with the way. Now this is exactly the same setting. It's okay, but not totally impressed with that. And this is the same setting again. Well, we've turned that matte black instead of shiny. You know, I don't know whether it's any good that you could. I don't see any use for that material at all, actually. On CNC Router is a different thing that would come out all white because you remove the material. We found a very interesting behavior on ceramics. Okay, and actually it turns out to react exactly like glass. Being ceramic, I suppose it would be glass, wouldn't it? And of course, the setting for glass. And that's a really, really top job. So these are the steps that you would need to go through to carry out a professional job successfully. So whatever job you do, there's always going to be a certain amount of experimentation. It could be done relatively quickly. So I hope you've liked the video today. If you have, please press like and subscribe, and I'll be back in the next couple of days with another video for you. So it's bye for now.